Hey, Sour. What's good? The, wait, what's the wrong stats? The incredible, team turnout is only eclipsed by the, strong viewership that this event has gathered so far. Actually, that's not a terrible turnout for teams. We've got 3 teams that know how to play FFA. That's not bad. And then Manu also. Someone's gonna clip that. Maybe not because there's only 5 people here, but watch that get back to Manu. In fact, we are off on Manu, who goes for the quick shotgun and just misses everything. It looked so good until it didn't. What's up, FMG? Definitely yes, FMG. Manu's looking good now, though. First armor coming up. Manu's gonna go for this one. No chance. I'm noticing that the score bug is stuck on 0 versus 0. I guess I have to choose a team to get any kind of other score.
Health boost in 10 seconds.
But now it's still stuck on 0 versus 0. I thought this bug got fixed. Does anyone... I could have sworn this bug was fixed in this release. Excellent, FMG, excellent. Oh, now there's 1 frag on the board. What is going on, dude? Oh, it only counts since you joined the team? But what about the deaths? I don't know, man. That's weird. Thank you, FMG. Where would I be without you?
Health boost in 10 seconds.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to keep tabbing to have any clue what's going on in terms of the scoring. DK is scoring really high. DK might overseed themselves in this race. Although Hammond knows what he's doing, and Wulark's got good aim, so I actually shouldn't dismiss the DK team too much here. Kind of fun. Maybe I'll play the next Teamplay event. SWAT hosts one seemingly every frickin' 6 months, so it's going on for way too long.
Health boost in 10 seconds. Damage in 10 seconds.
But yeah, I guess that's a new bug. Or a bug that I didn't realize, that the Teamplay HUD score only counts up if you're on a team. I mean, probably all the HUD scores, huh? Yeah. Thank you. DK on 33 and 33. DK is gonna seed number 1, and I'm here for it. Alright, after some spirited internal debate, I think I'm going to invite my lead chatter onto the stream, and thus kill chat even more.
What up?
What's up, Alyssa?
Hello. Yeah, we just moved the chat somewhere else.
Basically. Well, I'm sure tens of people will show up as some players get eliminated.
We just easily matched the one from the insert tournament a couple of years ago. Or, like, last year.
Yeah, right, yeah, totally. No question about it. Yeah, Firefly, we know.
Yeah, that totally wasn't fixed this release because of the other.
It definitely was fixed on some level. The old bug would have kept it on 0-0 no matter what. And I think if I had been playing, I think when you're playing it's not bugged. It seems like it's only bugged in spec now. But I'm not sure, I'm not sure. Turn down my sound volume a bit. Let me know, viewers, how the levels are. I actually checked beforehand for a change, so they should be pretty good. But I just fucked with them some more to make Alyssa heard, so now who knows.
I think, oh yeah, I would have to check it again then. You just change it.
Well, I turned sour down, that's the only change I made. It's always hard to hear someone in call when you got a loud game. But anyway, checking back on the score here. Full 10-minute all-VL, by the way. It looks like DK's lead has gone down. Frenchie is catching up. I guess I can stop calling that because they're using the more traditional wank. What's wrong with Tenchi's ego today? He woke up feeling like trashy. That's unfortunate.
He's been doing that for a couple of days.
Has he really? Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
They're still like 10 frags down.
they are, but they are above Bro, the clear favorite. So we might get some pretty weird seeding here.
That's really funny to see. The rest is kind of just going how you would expect it to.
Kay's showing out. I should watch some tape pop while there's still time in this riveting, complex mode that is Curve VM all-VL.
I'll take credit because I warmed them up in Epic before.
Alyssa's influence felt in every way.
But yeah, he's definitely more active than Lokio.
Yeah, Lokio is struggling, and I'm not surprised because I played Lokio in ICTF, and it was not good.
Oh. Right, he showed up for that.
Yes.
That's the only time
At least
since then.
his name showed up. I'm not entirely sure the player, Lokio, showed up to the event, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, he's definitely struggling just to, you know, show up to play the game.
But I mean, yeah, he's got some, like, real, actual rust going. Not one of these, like, yeah, you know, I don't play that much anymore, but by not that much, I mean, I show up, you know, 6 times a month, every month, like, that's one thing.
Yeah, he's been active when I was active in 2019.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know when the last time he was active was, other than what you just said, but point is, he, like, actually, really actually doesn't play, so... He's got some serious rust, understandably. But he might warm up as the tourney goes on. I wouldn't be surprised. Checking the scores. Wank.
Well, pretty much even now.
Wank's on 110, I guess. No, that's 120. and DK,
Well, DK is still in the lead.
on 125. So it's a really close one between Wake and... Wait, no, that math can't be right. Yeah, okay, I think DK made a bit of a couple frags up while I was doing the math. But it looks like they're gonna secure the second, or the first seed.
Still a minute to go.
Health boost in
Yeah,
10
but
seconds.
I don't see these seeds changing unless Frosty like gets the squad and goes insane, which could happen. Let's watch Frosty, or Tenchi for that matter. He did not get the quad. Kind of love to see it, honestly. The DK team looks like they're gonna make this tourney a little more interesting, at least in the context of the silver medal.
If they can show up how they show up in this Alveol, that would be great to see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they know the maps, but like, Hammond's been playing FFA forever.
Yeah, he always just kind of showed up, and I think the last time their rule of thumb was just like just pray to pick the maps that we actually learned, which was like 3.
Yeah. A tried and true strategy for losing. But Woolork is clearly a tank. And it looks like if you can combine his aim and Hammond's neural circuitry, we'll say, you might have a dangerous bracket demon. Yeah, Woolork celebrating after the Alveol, that's never a good sign.
So Swank did come out on top. I'm just gonna have to message SWAT here.
Wank did come out on top?
Yeah.
What?
Wait, no. Oh, my thing is bugged. No, DK.
Yeah,
is number 1.
that's what I thought.
Right.
It's like, I'm bad at math, but I'm not that bad at math. FMG, somehow that sounds like a Magic Johnson tweet. DK had more frags than the other team. And that's
Therefore
why
they
they
win.
won.
Yeah, I think SWAT or is it Frosty who's managing the thing, the challenge?
I would imagine SWAT would be managing his own challenge.
Oh yeah, it's not actually a Frosty tournament.
This is not a Frosty tournament. By the way, community at large, Frosty has theoretically rescheduled his tournaments. However, since he asked me to post the announcement on Sour World, I've repeatedly been making excuses and not doing it and telling him to ask someone else. To which he's been repeatedly making excuses to not ask someone else. So it's been like 2 weeks now since he rescheduled the tournaments in his head, and they still haven't been rescheduled on the site, which I think claims that there's going to be one like this Sunday. So if you're looking forward to the Frosty events, just know that the actual dates are in complete chaos in terms of what the reality is.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to ask him what the actual dates are, and then we can.
Do you have a Sour World login? You
Yeah, I do. I just never made a post, so I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, okay, you could save us from ourselves here, Elisa. So let it be heard here first. If the reschedules don't go through, it's Elisa's fault.
I see how it is.
Alright, so I don't know if SWAT probably is doing math right now, or checking
No,
his...
I already gave him the results. I just have to he asked me to change the tournament or something.
Okay. Well, I mean, as far as not math in turn, setting up the bracket, and once that happens, we'll get going here. Probably.
The bracket is set.
Okay. So can I procure a link to said bracket?
Yeah, it's just that it's not currently set to double elimination.
Alright, the first games have dropped. Hey and Lokio versus Manu and Woolmilch. Team Nade versus Team How Did I Get Here?
Rust.
Yeah. And then SWAT and Master versus Team Oh No with Sai and Toronto Tokyo.
I know what I'm watching.
Paint
Although it's kind
dry.
of interesting to see.
That might be more interesting.
It's at least a little interesting to see what Toronto and Sai do, because I've never seen them play.
Well, I've been officially requested to watch whichever game is on this server. So I guess that's what I'm gonna probably do here. Let's see, that's EU1, so that's... Why are there not more games happening consecutively? Maybe if I look at the bracket, that will become
only
clear.
6 teams. Because Team 1 and 2 are waiting for the other 2 games.
Right, okay, that makes sense. Yep. Yeah, so funny seeding. We'll see how that ends up screwing with these results. Pulling up the bracket on my phone here. So DK, yeah, so Wank kind of got screwed, although, I mean, that's fair, that's how the seeding works, but yeah, Wank kind of screwed themselves over here by not being able to pull out the first seed. They're going to have to play SWAT Llama and Master in just the second round, whereas DK, well, I would say DK has a free pass to the finals, but they're going to have to deal with Tay and Lokio, which should be the better team if they can, like, get warmed up, so... I actually don't know.
If they're not warmed up, there might just be some overwhelming fragging going on.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know. I don't know who's going to the semifinals, finals thing. But I think that Wank is probably gonna have to fight out of the loser bracket if they want to get to the finals. We shall see. But anyway, these teams are gonna get underway at some point here. No one's saying anything.
It's best of 3, right?
I would imagine so. Oh, I just realized I have the custom HUD guns on. Quick pool of the whopping 9 viewers. Which HUD guns should I use?
The good ones.
Okay, alright, interesting. I should up my collection of HUD guns. I want to make a gigantic menu with every HUD gun mod anyone's ever done.
I don't think there are that many more, except for the ones that Doom was working on.
I don't know about those. There was the ones, the like Halo Redux ones that the Wo Siesta, I think, was working on.
Oh.
Was that him? No. No, it was some other guy. What was his name? I can't remember. Camerite. It was Camerite.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Those were good. I actually still have the Halo pistol on my Collect Edition, which I like installed right before Collect Edition died. So I like basically never used it, but every time I boot up Collect for some reason I get surprised by that pistol.
Yeah, for some reason that you still have that.
Well, I've got every edition, so you gotta have the demo watching machine, Eliza. Do you not watch Sauerbraten demos from random periods of time in your free time commonly? Are you telling me that's
sorry,
just me?
but I don't have those. I don't have any of those.
Are you implying that that is just a thing that I do and not everyone does? What?
Probably. There was just one demo that I saw that I was like, oh, I actually can't watch this in this room.
Anyway,
That's
I once again failed to be on a team to start, meaning that once again I'm gonna have to do math constantly, which frankly is massively annoying. Wait, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll wait till the teams are tied. Wait, no, now DMSQ starts counting. I hate this. This is so dumb.
That's so weird. Oh no.
I wasn't even on
For
a
me,
team.
it's 2-0 right now.
Same, wait, same.
And they're even.
Quad damage in 10 seconds.
Oh, we'll figure it out.
Maybe if I use reconnect, it'll... No, but then I won't be on a team. SQ's winning.
Well, anyway, so SQ is leading by 1 frag right now. Did that do anything?
Now DMSQ is displaying 4
Yeah,
to no score. Okay, great, whatever.
I'm just in DMSQ's team, so I see team colors.
FMG, good point. I was getting to that with my,
Yeah, that's what I have.
with my confusion. So yes, now I have done that, and I'm just gonna have to do a lot of math. That's really annoying. Okay.
I can do the math for you.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, we're just gonna have Elisa on math duty. She's gonna constantly announce the score. It's currently
Just gonna have to try to... Yeah.
12 to 13. 12 to 13.
Yes.
DMSQ. That's not pronounceable. Dangerous. Well, but SQ doesn't mean anything. I've heard a billion different explanations for what SQ should mean.
That's what spank means.
Well, I think Spank's fairly self-explanatory, but what does SQ actually stand for? Has anyone ever agreed on this?
I think Mano told me square up, but different SQ members also told me different things, so
Yes.
I think they just make it up.
I think Bud Spencer once said it said for squirt.
Ah,
Yeah.
cool. So I'm trying to find a footing in here, like, of the game state of what's actually going on here.
You know, that's one approach. Another approach would be to keep coming up for different things that SQ stands for. And forget about the match until the last 30 seconds. But I'm just trying to figure out what to call DMSQ. Dangerous squirts?
No.
Squirt monkeys? Okay, definitely squirt monkeys. I've
We
said...
can pretend that it doesn't stand for squirt.
No, I'm calling them squirt monkeys. So squirt monkeys with what looks to be 21 frags versus 19. They've taken a bit of a lead here. We're gonna go on to Brokio, and he dies.
Yeah, I want to see
quad.
how he does.
The indecision from Brokio there was a lot, but he is gonna get onto yellow armor. I believe.
Okay, that worked.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, there. Yeah, Woolmilch has the quad. I just realized I'm full screen on. Hey viewer, what's up?
Oh my god, he's awake.
He sends greetings to you, Elisa.
Hello. Yeah, I have your chat open.
Health boost in
According
10
to Sour
seconds.
Tracker, it's square up. Wait, according to Sour Tracker? Oh, Sour Tracker has like the full names of the clans. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. There are so many clans that I've never
Health
heard of
boost.
before on there as well.
Well, I'm still gonna call them squirt monkeys because it makes Elisa uncomfortable, and it's pure comedy. But
Do
anyway,
what you must.
yeah, this is a close one. It's basically tied. I'm on Tay-Z right now, who is gonna have to be the leader of this. Well, now I can't remember which clan is which. They are. Wait. Oh,
They're
right.
both
Okay,
SQ.
because they're both. Yeah, they're both SQ. That's classic
But one's
SQ.
more SQ than the other one.
Classic SQ has enough players to form a team, and then they go on different teams.
Yep.
They both wanted to play team play, and they both wanted to play with other clans. Classic. But anyway,
Boost in 10 seconds.
So the trend of the game right now is just DMSQ leading, like, by 1 frag, and then they get caught up, but they never get a substantial lead. Like, they never get to keep their position.
Yeah, I saw Tay on a lot of stack, and then, like, quickly he was not. So it does seem like, as you say, neither team establishing a foothold. It looks like Impressive Squirts are trying to... Well, you know, as I say that, they've already abandoned the plan I was going to outline. So never mind. But close fight, mutual on the yellow armor. Tay gets the better spawn. No, he doesn't, in fact. Manu takes him out. Wait, they're also named as the same thing as each other. Woolmilch and
Yeah.
Manu. Sure, guys. As if I wasn't confused enough already.
But they're the first part of the name is who they are.
Okay. Well, Lokio's gotten the quad
Boost in
here.
10 seconds.
I don't know if he even knows this map, but...
Yeah, I feel like I'm just spectating him and he's running around aimlessly, and if he happens to run into someone, he just fights them.
He just reacted like a dead grandmother with that nade and is now dead. So that was the worst quad run of all time.
He was already quite low from that, but yeah, you should be able to do at least something with it.
He didn't need to pull out nades, just trust your pistol there. Great rockets though, somehow doesn't die.
But doesn't take a single hit there on 4 HP.
If he can just keep doing damage with rockets and let his teammate onto the yellow. They're just camping yellow here, which I like. They need to get some kind of foothold. And Tay's gotten it, so the next yellow is going to be at 39, I believe, is what I saw. Better start timing that yellow. Because I don't... Okay, that was terrible.
Quad damage.
Tazy just had like 3 chances to win that shotgun fight, and instead he loses all of his stack down to 0. And now he's setting up the quad with 25 health. He's gonna flank around. This is just gonna end. Okay, no, actually, Lokio's still alive. So I guess he can't win a simple quad fight, but you give him some danger, and he's fine. Nope, dies on the yellow. What is the score now? It's actually beginning to matter. It looks like...
It's dead even, just that DMSQ has one more. Just how it's always been the entire game.
dangerous squares have taken a 1 frag lead. 2 frag lead, actually. No, 1 frag lead. Yeah, this is crazy. Imagine the tension if I could actually read the score in real time.
But if it just keeps going like this, then DM just wins.
That's a good point, Avior. He played this back when Starch and I won. This was a map that we played and lost, actually. But then I think we almost won it the second time, but then we still lost. Anyway.
Damage in 10 seconds.
Didn't matter.
Now they're actually behind.
Health boost in 10 seconds.
All the turntables.
They are all tied. Your information is already outdated, and I can't blame you. So
yeah, because it's outdated now as well.
Exactly. Health boost being ignored, and Tazy getting onto quad. If Tazy could get a yellow armor here, he'd be in great shape to lose everything due to shotgun.
Loki is just trying to keep him off of there so Tay gets onto it, but Tay just died.
Yeah, all the stack on Woolmilch right now, although he did take a decent shotgun quad. So I'm going to watch Woolmilch here. He's going to try to close this out. He's giving them the lead. Only a minute going. They need to do something. Woolmilch now, his armor is out, but if he could get... He doesn't even need the armor. He's just going to get a nice little run of kills there. And is that enough to put it out of reach? Not really. They're only up 1 frag. So this next yellow could decide things. It's not going to be for a while. Manu looked on 112 here. And he's taking big shotguns. No one can do enough to keep from dying to shotgun is the theme of this game that I've decided.
Is this map just kind of like low weapon
seconds.
drops or what's going on? Because I always see people with barely any weapons.
I think it has a reasonable amount of weapons, but it doesn't just have a free amount of weapons. Oh no, the math got hard. Now I don't know who's winning.
Oh no.
53
when everyone has about the same kills, then it's easier.
Okay, I think SQ is winning.
Yeah,
by
they
a
are
lot,
winning
actually.
By a lot now, yeah.
And Loki
I can see
died.
one of the numbers.
Yeah, I think they're gonna win.
Although it's not correct. The number's actually not correct.
Yeah, no, but SQ impressive squares are gonna win. Wow.
Yep, they did win. Nice.
Impressive.
So they were just chasing them of being 1 frag behind all game into just actually just winning. Alright, SQ has 1. Oh. So you just go to Team Good.
Well, they have to go to Team Good.
Oh yeah, of course. If the players go to Team Good, well, yeah, that works better. There's no reason for them to have named teams when it's just 2v2.
How the
But
fuck do
yeah.
you spell aneurysm? Aneurysm? I'm just gonna go with...
There you go.
Ah.
No, wait, it's Y. It's Y, not I. Yeah. True.
I still don't feel like that's the right spelling, but whatever.
So if they just have the normal teams.
Okay,
then...
they're on normal teams. I'm going to Team Evil.
Alright, so the other team picks, which is Mono and Volmich. So now that we're not doing math exercises, we can actually watch the game.
Yeah, okay, Fat Monkey Genius. I'm not surprised. The Y felt weird, but for some reason I was just dead set on it. I've never been that good at spelling. I've always been good at like I know a lot of words and shit, but
yeah, you
I can't
use some
spell them
words where I'm
right.
like, yeah, some thesaurus-esque shit.
Yeah. Okay, so the chat is the Manu's chat. He's just reverting to full Manu. It has the Y in German. Oh my god, that's too funny.
Oh, that's a thing. Okay.
So the Dutch person spelled it Englishly correct, and then the English person, the American, spelled it Germanly correct.
I just spelled it the first way that came to my head, and I was like, that's probably right.
Oh my god. Well, on Notarier's spelling hour and math. This is a math and spelling stream. Sauerbraten optional.
Education gaming.
Bookworm Adventures Deluxe.
Oh, hell yeah. Spell lugubrious.
I don't even know what you just said, let alone how to spell it.
That's some, like, if Viper or Lil B used it in their song title, it's a word that no one ever used it before.
Got
you know?
Got it. After all, that is where most of Eliza's vocabulary comes from. Viper
True.
lyrics and Lil B's song titles.
It's so funny how there was this one Lil B track where he was just a feature that I was listening to for a while. And then Spotify just decided to remove it entirely, and now it's unavailable. I only know the name, but it's such an obscure thing that it doesn't exist anywhere as an audio file anymore, so I can never get that again.
I'm laughing at Lokio here. Yeah, because pithy remarks such as this are all we're really getting right now. It's been almost 4 minutes and no one has started a new map, which is beginning to annoy me.
Yeah, I'm waiting. There's also a waiting stream as usual.
Okay, Elisa, non-Dutch person, sue me for using the IP.
Gorge.
Gorge should be pretty nutty. I feel like this is one of the more chaotic maps.
Is gonna have some advantage on this?
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like this is just going to be completely insane. And they already made Crypta, which is, I feel like, a more controlled map, insane anyway. So this is probably going to be completely insane. I'm off on Lokio, which is a bad idea. I should start on the team I'm on to see whether that, like, fixes the score at all. Which, so far, it is cracking correctly. Wolmilch on 2 frags. Okay, I think it's gonna work. Alright, sick. I knew the bug was fixed, or one of the bugs is fixed, and now there's a different bug. Although this is a remod bug, it's not even Ariel's fault. So, in conclusion, nothing really. And Woolmilch is set up for the yellow armor, which he then abandons to go to the other yellow armor, which is gone. So hopefully his teammate was able to take it, which he was. So completely planned from I can't do this from Wool Manu. That's not
I'll
any
just
easier
say
to say.
DM and SQ.
Yeah, but that's what I've been kind of
yeah.
falling into, but it's like very inaccurate. So I don't know.
It's accurate enough for me.
I guess the thing to do would be to say DM and IS, because then you take the SQ. The SQs cancel out on this math stream. Clan algebra.
Oh my god.
But anyway, Manu
Yeah,
having a
that does make
great
total
fight
sense.
there, destroying
And
Tazy.
Lokio gets the quad with none stack.
Manu is too busy
But he's just-
celebrating.
oh
yeah,
my.
easy. Okay, Manu is doing great.
That was
here.
sad. Lokio should have just turned around and fought because he has a quad, but he just ran away and took a shotgun from behind.
He just seems very slow, is his general highest rust point that I'm noticing. I really miss the read on spec client in a game like this where I have a co-caster and there's 4 players. So I'm doing a basically non-existent job of actually timing the yellow armors. So if I still had that read on casting client, I would be able to tell without having to do any work.
Oh, Lokio fell off. What did that do? Did that just time stuff for you?
It just showed the armors, yeah, and the
Oh, that's
power-ups.
So we're following the trend of the first game here again.
Quad damage in
Indeed,
10 seconds.
except now we can actually see it in real time. Quad's coming up, and Manu has the stack. Not as much health as he'd like, but probably enough with the way these fights are going. Crippled health-wise, but if he can get onto some health... Oh my god, hit pistols, Manu.
The screen armor doesn't even help you.
Yeah, if he had just hit his pistols there, and then he
Oh.
takes like a suicidal moment. Yeah, he should have been able to do better there, but the pistols do not connect, and as a result, DM escapes with no damage.
But finally, Volmage gets on the map after falling down like 10 times.
Oh yeah,
To actually almost tying it back up.
yeah, 2-9, Woolmilch anchoring big time right now. Manu's gonna make his way over to the health boost, dive on it, miss completely, and Tazy's gonna take it.
I'll be back in a minute.
Alright. Tazy takes a rifle from nowhere. Looks like Wool has managed to get onto a very appreciable stack here. So maybe he can improve his personal scoreline a bit. But he's kind of looking totally clueless, and he's going to attack quad from below. Yeah, this is dumb. Well, he'll probably surprise them at least. Oh, okay. Manu just gets it. So no problem. And this time Manu's been able to get on some health. And armor. Okay.
And he gets the yellow.
Big chance for Manu. Although...
He only had any weapons.
Yeah, well, pistol really should be fine, but not the way Manu was hitting it the last time he had quad. Okay, now he's got some spray and pray here. If he could only
No, he's
find
just
someone to
also-
shoot, which he could not, but that's okay because he's secured some control for his team here. The Wool Manu team... Well, okay, never mind. They're gonna lose to the other yellow armor carrier.
Theoretically possible to fight that, but he just doesn't hit anything there.
Indeed.
So it's like not very good to go for that fight.
Tay loses his health boost there, and we really are just seeing maybe a little less chaotic, but not too much different from the last game in terms of neither team being able to push any kind of meaningful advantage.
Except that Manu is just kind of just wearing the pants in this game right now.
Indeed.
Regardless.
12/9. Well, he has gotten both quads of the last 2 quads that I've paid attention to. This time, though, it's going to be no one, it looks like.
Manu should watch his health when he's pushing like that.
Woolmilch, terrible shotgun, but a great one to follow it up. On 100 collective, and he's going to go back to health boost now. No, he's kind of lost. Okay, Woolmilch might not know the map super well. So Tazy's going to camp the health boost. Tazy is tanked. 1 health boost short of a full stack right now. So what is he going to do with this privilege? He's gonna machine gun his teammate in the back
Yeah.
and then almost fall off
I just
the
saw
map.
him. I just saw him fall down there. Yeah.
Okay, well that was scary, but he did live it. He needs to... Nope, he's just gonna take it. Does not trust Lokio to get to the armor. Fine.
No, he gets the other one.
No, but I mean, he was full. He could have saved that armor for Lokio, but
Yeah,
Lokio was not there.
Lokio did get the other one.
Oh, he did. Okay, this
Yeah.
is what happens when you have two people. So 22 to 15. Tazy does go down though. Again, not able to keep these stacks, but he's gonna have green and shotgun. Misses the shotgun. Wool falls off. All right, Tazy 56-100. Can we see a quad run? Armor. The health's that way. Why does he go this way? Well, because health boost is coming up, but he leaves health boost. Maybe he's trying to do the 200 IQ plays and figured that the team would not be brave enough to show up for health boost, but he was wrong about that. Great shotguns, though, so no real harm done other than missing out on the opportunity for more stack. He'll probably circle back around to the YA now. Goes for rifle close range, probably the dumbest thing, and it's going to cost him. I guess figuring that Wall would have stayed on the armor rather than closing the distance, and yeah, costs him big time. So now Lokio does have some stack here, and Woolmilch on the opposing team has stack. So stack v stack, and they're going to both kill each other. Quad coming up relatively soon. Who's going to be able to secure any kind of
Tay might
stack?
get on, but he has no weapon zone. He's actually not
All
going
boost
for
in
it.
10 seconds.
He's just camping for the yellow.
Okay, there's no way that's Slayer and not SWAT Llama. Trying to birth copy pastas here in real time. But anyway, Tazy's got the stack, but Lokio's got the quad. And he's doing well with it. Still only a 4 frag lead. And Lokio gets snuck up on. But at least he understands how to close the distance with shotgun, and it's going to work out to a mutual. Still just 4 frags. Armor goes over to Tazy, who has a pretty bad fight with Wall there.
The rockets are just not landing. And the time is running out, and actually gets harder to catch up
All boost in 10 seconds.
for DM.
Yeah,
Quad
well,
damage in 10 seconds.
okay. First of all, I only just realized the DM was behind. Second of all,
Yeah.
uh,
Oof.
that's unfortunate, Firefly, I
Ooh.
guess. Well, she can't hear me because she's not watching my stream.
Sad. Man, Manu just took 3 rockets and a rifle and just walked away from it.
All right, 1 minute to go, basically. Tazy on 100-200.
He's kind of spawn killing. Oh no, I'm on Manu. My bad.
Quads have been taken really on the numbers, so there's going to be a quad
All boost in
in
10
about
seconds.
10 seconds from now. No. Okay. How about now? All right, there we go.
They finally managed to shut down Manu, and maybe they can get a few consecutive kills off of this. It's still not that far apart.
Woolmilch is tanked. Alert. Woolmilch is tanked. That's going to make it pretty hard to make this comeback, and I think that
He's just gonna have to sit on
ISQ
that quad.
ISQ is going to
Yeah.
win. Yeah, Woolmilch, I like what Woolmilch is doing here. Just camp with this huge stack. Yeah, easy money.
Now it's no way for them to come back anymore with this stack. Or is it? What am I talking about?
No. They gave us a little excitement, but no. And
The
SQ,
employees-
DMSQ
Yeah.
is going to fall early to the loser bracket.
And that makes them play against DK now.
Triumphant Manu.
Now there's actually Tenchi Frosty against Swadlama and Master, as expected.
So, okay, yeah, so, TBMC, SQ. What? SQ's on, like, every team. But,
Yeah, they run this place.
TBMC SQ. TBM SQ. TBM SQ is,
Where they at?
is,
Oh, they're on you too.
Okay, yeah. TBM SQ versus Wank.
Call it bro? Maybe?
Holy shit, it just started raining super hard outside. Might even be able to hear that through my microphone.
A bit welcoming over here.
Yeah, we've had some pretty dry weather. Did not see this coming. Holy shit. Anyway. They look to have already picked a map while I wasn't paying attention, and it is Gorge.
I think... Yeah, I think bro has the theoretical edge. From what I think.
Well, it wouldn't have been their pick. So, evidently, Wank disagrees.
No, I mean, just in general.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, no question about that. I'm on Tenchi here, who's going to get into a close-range rocket fight on top of his teammate, but it's okay. He's able to
That's a mutual.
work around him, and now 4-3. First yellow is going to go to Frosty, and on the other side, it went to Swatlama. Still on Tenchi, though, here. I kind of want to see what his plan is. He's gotten it behind the other team. Only gets one rocket out of it,
Ooh.
and now he's going to collect green and die on it. So, alright, fair exchange.
Did he collect it though?
Health boost in 10
He died before
seconds.
it.
Frosty's been able to keep a lot of stack. I wonder... No, they're going to go back to the armor they took the first time, which is weird because health boost is at the other armor.
Swap damage in 10 seconds.
So that was actually completely confusing and terrible from Tenchi, and it's probably going to
now
cost him
Tenchi
quad.
lost everything. Yep. He might be... No, he can't get on that.
Okay, well,
It's-
good result. But I think if
Good
Tenchi...
enough.
If Tenchi and Frosty had coordinated better and both gone on health boost side, they could have just won that outright and would have been set up for quad.
Yeah, but this way they just lost both, actually. Because they didn't even get the other yellow, or did they?
Well,
At least Tenchi just died.
yeah, Tenchi not able to win that fight, and so Master's going to take this yellow, which is quite delayed as he's finding out now. And it's, in fact, still going to go over to him, but he'll lose his life.
Health
So no one
boost
on
in
any
10
particular
seconds.
stack now. I think that was taken at, like, what, 17 or 15? We'll say it's about 45.
The help was?
No, the armor. The great side armor.
I think that was pretty much on time.
No, the great
Quad
side armor was
damage in
definitely
10
not on time.
seconds.
And
Oh, I don't know
Frosty's,
which side is which then.
well, it's arbitrary what you want to call them, but Frosty's gonna have to let that go. No way in on the nades.
Ah, at least
And
Frosty got the
Frosty
quad.
somehow gets, yeah, exactly. Frosty somehow gets the quad. Now that's how you use pistol. Manu, take notes. Even another one to at least keep the armor. Another great pistol. And Frosty picks it up at 23, so sand side armor at 53. I can't even remember what Starch and I called them. I don't even, yeah. You'd have to go back and watch that VOD to see what our callouts were for those. We weren't very good at Gorge anyway.
Health boost in 10 seconds.
I think I've heard of water side and the other one. Basically.
Frosty had a weapons crisis there that he was not able to work around. And no one's going to be in position for health boost, so health boost goes over to SWAT Llama. So they split the stack. Alright, Titanic stacks for bro right now. Really massive advantage. Tenchi somehow gets the kill, but
Quad damage in 10 seconds.
yeah, SWAT's still on some stack here. He's probably going to be able to get this quad. Yeah, well played from SWAT Llama there. That's going to really give a comfortable situation to bro. 150, 200, and quad. Look out for SWAT Llama.
Master's also kind of playing. But he got a yellow now, so he's also really fun.
Boost in 10
Yeah,
seconds.
rotating both yellows. Let's see how long they can keep this up.
I mean, if they can just keep farming them like this.
200, 200 alert? No, they're going to split. Which I guess makes sense. Alright, 19.
They just keep farming them off the places they try to come back through it.
SWAT now doesn't have the weapons he'd like, but Master's there. So 9, 19 and 9. Nice 10-second split.
They're both running low on weapons now, so Wank gets a chance to fight back at least, even though they have the armors.
Yeah, but I don't know if they have the timings, so it might not matter. SWAT, is he gonna... Yeah, it's quad time, so he's gonna have to let the water side yellow armor go.
That was a nasty rocket from Master.
Okay, so
Secure
now...
the quad.
Now only 13, so now they're gonna be synced up pretty much.
Now Master needs to get some
10
help.
seconds.
Yes, he's gonna be able to do so at least a bit, and now he's gonna be on health boost.
Maybe a bit too optimistic there, and he just gets nade spammed out of it. So
Alright,
now they both kind of lost their stack. And
Yeah, and there should be a split here for us to be able to recognize that. Or, yeah,
SWAT on the yellow, at least, again.
yeah, so the
Yeah,
yellows
Frosty got the other one.
are relatively synced. Which is good
Oh,
for...
Frosty lost that one.
Good for Wank in terms of just getting back into it.
Quad damage in 10 seconds.
No one with
Gotta do
any
what you can. You missed
particular
that green. Oh,
stack here. Nice reflexes from Master there.
Health boost in 10 seconds.
The Frosty actually lives that. There should be a yellow armor available. Gonna collect health boost. No, he's gonna let his teammate have it for no reason.
he still had a good while of quad left, so yeah. And he falls off.
Rough. Terrible spawns for Frosty. Looks like he's reconsidering his life choices after those.
Yeah, Bro running away with a substantial lead, and it's really hard to get it back.
Tenchi is anchoring somewhat. He's got the lead in frags, technically, on his team, but if you look at the KPD, it shows that Tenchi is running in far too much. So Frosty just trying to set up over here and get timing back on Great
Quad
YA,
damage in 10 seconds.
but Quad is going to
Health
interrupt
boost
his
in
attempt to
10
do that.
seconds.
He's going to dive it on it with green. That's way too many syllables. I guess you could say green, yellow, and health boost yellow. That's still too many
Yeah.
syllables, Avior. You want to keep it to two or three syllables. The Frosty's got onto some stack, but they're playing for pride at this point. I do not see, unless the greatest quad run of history. That was actually a sick rifle from Frosty, so giving us some highlights at least. But he's got a bit
As
of
Frosty
a
playing this reminds me of what I feel like a lot of people don't realize is if you don't die, it's actually a very good thing
10 seconds.
because
Yeah.
you don't give up frags.
Yeah.
Game mode where it's
Quad
about
damage in
frags.
10 seconds.
hidden master knowledge. Don't die. Kind of
Like it's as important as get frags.
Yes. Smash Bros-esque tip. Isaiah, don't get hit. Kind of knowledge there. Deep cuts. Anyway, Frosty was able to at least get the quad, I believe, but not able to do anything with it. Needed more support from his teammate there. And he had to let the
Had a
health boost
really
go.
unfortunate fight.
And because he
with
let
a
the
good
health boost go, Master is now tanked.
Decked out.
completely swagged out. Dripped out of his mind on yellow armor. And also lagging, despite bragging specifically about the fact that he was land up.
Yeah, the EU server matching like your ping on it. Or actually, no, your ping is a lot worse here.
Health boost in 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's rough to see.
Quad damage in 10 seconds.
So we're just waiting for the final score of the next map pick to come in here. Master's just practicing his movements for the fuck of it.
Yeah, you just let everything go when it's over like this. But this is basically what I expected.
Yeah, you'd have to say so.
Of course, you would love to see Frosty and Tenchi win, I think.
Upsets are always fun for the spectator.
It's kind of a thing that it's like, you know, veterans who are known to be very good, but now they don't have, like, they're not as active as the other people right now. So now that actually makes them kind of the underdogs.
Yeah.
Let's see their map pick. Wait, no. Yeah, it's Bro's pick.
Yeah. But unless Wank just straight up doesn't know some of these maps, I don't even think it's going to matter that much. I mean, Gorge certainly didn't help them out that much. Which, by the way, I'm not even sure why they picked Gorge. All they're doing was giving the more prepared team a chance to split the YAs and collect both. I think they'd be much better suited getting a map with one YA.
I'm curious to see if anyone picks Ruby or if it ever comes down to Ruby because I've never seen that map played.
That actually could have been a fun choice for them, come to think of it, because Tenchi probably knows it better than anyone else. The Grave used to make everyone play it back in the day.
Huh. Where would you, like, rate that map?
Ruby?
Mm-hmm.
God, I don't know. I enjoy a little Ruby from time to time. Definitely something I'm happy to play. But if I'm trying to, like, fairly rate it, that gets a little harder. This is a good... I think this would have been a better choice for Wank than it is for Bro. So, good for Wank that Bro picked this, in my opinion. I think Frosty will be able to just do more as a solo player here. He is going to have to let the green go and hope that he can... Good rocket. Great rocket. And Tenchi might be able to get onto the yellow here. I don't think he was. I think they died on it. So no yellow for anyone on this first cycle. And Master gets onto the green, but with very little health. Running scared. And now it'll be health boost.
10 seconds.
And Master making the choice I would make to just go for YA and killing Tenchi. And in fact, his teammate's going to get onto YA, so he's able to take health boost. And this is terrible for Wank. Free quad for Derek. And
yeah, Frosty was in no position to get anywhere with both of them controlling the way to the quad.
yeah, look the fuck out. Yeah, 40 health, enough to make him careful there, but not really put any doubt into the results. And this is going to be a huge early lead. SWAT delaying the yellow so that he can get the next health boost more easily.
Frosty definitely playing the slow game right now to not drop more kills. Or at least trying.
Yeah, instead of he does get dropped on for more kills for the other team. But Derek did die, and now the health boost yellow armor split. Has he split
He's
it
still
enough?
good.
Well, I mean that he made the split so that he could get both.
Oh, Derek did get the health.
Yes. But not able to control both. I mean, his teammate did get the yellow, so actually they're fine.
Frosty still getting controlled off the quad, not able to do anything.
Master being stubborn with pistol, understandable. On Tenchi now here, who is just running around with shotgun pretty much.
Health boost in 10
Right now it
seconds.
very much feels like Wank is playing Bro's game. Like Bro feels very much in control of the entire map.
That they are. Tenchi tries to get sneaky with his movement onto health boost and instead just feeds a frag.
Mm.
Getting pretty close to the next quad. And Derek has the stack, and Master also has the
Quad
stack,
damage
so
in 10 seconds.
this is not working out.
For the way that Bro is positioning himself, there's just no way for... Oh, there was one way for Tenchi if he made the jump, but yeah, it's quite impossible for Wank to actually even just position onto it. There's just no chance.
44 for yellow.
Health boost in 10 seconds.
Interesting that Tenchi just didn't straight up die there and actually gets 2 rifles in. That's pretty good.
Sharing is carrying on the health boost. SWAT sends it over to Master. And now they'll make their attack on yellow. Great damage from SWAT there.
Wank is just very sad in all aspects right now.
Bro trying to feed all the stack onto Master here in advance of this next quad. So, alright, Master dying there is pretty important. There's going to be a slim chance. I say slim just to be pessimistic, because there's actually no stack disadvantage.
Yeah, he had a good spawn to just keep going there.
Tenchi's out of position though, can't make the jump. Can they at least kill Derek? Tenchi,
like
no, not at all.
And he gets the yellow.
10 seconds.
Isn't it DK versus S? The other match might be more interesting.
The DM. No, wait, no, that's yeah, DK against IS.
Yeah, this is a more interesting game. I'm gonna stay on this game.
Yeah, Hater is one of the maps that they actually know.
Now, Elisa or chat, can someone tell me who won game 1?
I cannot. Unless our tracker loads.
Health boost in 10 seconds.
Yes, our tracker does not have anything on there. Yeah, sometimes it just decides to not have some games on there for some reason.
Quad damage
So
in
there's no
10
DK
seconds.
in here. Well, maybe at this point they know all the maps, but I remember Hamon telling me last time, she's like, okay, we just pray to get Hato and Horus.
Hammond with some comical movement there, but he does get the yellow armor and just has 2 pistols and he's fine. Alright, Hammond is fine.
He is hitting a lot of pistols here.
How is this game
but
won?
that isn't. I guess they just didn't pick like the others.
Hold up, there's a 10-minute delay on them picking the first map.
I mean, there was already like a little delay on, or like, you know, like a 5-minute delay on the first round. So I guess it carried over.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Anyway, 23-22. It's a nice close game here. And I've just been watching Hammond so far, which has been pretty entertaining. I see no reason to stop doing it anytime soon. Hammond Hammond doing a very good job of like showing us his thoughts with his POV. I always enjoy that as a spectator when you've got a very expressive player. And Hammond expressing himself with his crosshair. Quad damage, Hammond stuck down at YA, so he's going to secure that, which will limit the damage. And Woolork is going to get the quad too, so actually it just works out great in all ways. So Hammond's tanked here. He's going to need to get some weapons, because he's not being efficient with this MG. And he's just going to die, actually, so... Which team am I on right now? I am on DK, okay. So DK with the lead. Nice nades from Hammond there. He should be able to secure this yellow. Health boost is going to go over to... no one, I guess.
This is a whole match battle, for sure.
Yeah, the
People
nades...
just throwing grenades at each other.
Nades are coming out, for sure.
I actually only very recently, today, figured out how this map works, and now I appreciate it a lot more.
Well, how is that you figured out that it works?
Well, I didn't know the layout before.
Ah, I see. Yeah, the teleports.
How the teleports work.
The teleport shortcuts are... Okay, DK sharing the love. They're going to be both on some YA for this quad. Now, can they position effectively? Hammond's just going to go engage, yeah. Yeah, this is well played from DK. For some reason, his teammate lets him have the quad. I didn't see if he, like, fell or something, because... It was Woolork with more stack, and probably Woolork with better aim also. And they might lose yellow armor. Yeah, okay. Total bunglement, really. I mean, they gave themselves a huge advantage and just lost it. So Wall Milch a little late for health boost here. And they're not gonna get it.
Vlog just doesn't miss. That's so crazy. But yeah, if you have quad damage, it's not even that you have to hit everything, you just have to hit something.
Indeed.
Which is also sometimes a tough ask.
So everyone has sort of been reset to starting stack here, and that's in advance of quad. So there's going to be an interesting decision point whether to get quad or yellow armor. Manu is setting up on quad, and I don't blame him with 100-100. It should be enough to really do some damage, actually. This could be quite huge. Okay, Manu. Oh, disappointing. But he does get the great spawn. So all is not completely lost. Because, yeah, SQ's in need of a major comeback.
It's not that major, actually. It's only 8 frags and we have 3 minutes.
Well, they made some of it on that quad run just there. So, and we have a slightly less major comeback than when I started talking. But Manu does die there.
How did that rocket not come out?
I don't know. Yeah, see, a 12 frag lead now. The comeback was somewhat stuffed there. Manu does again get onto the yellow. The next one at about 42. I wasn't paying that much attention.
I'm pretty enthusiastic from whoever was guarding that quad there, but they didn't fall all the way. They just took a lot of damage.
Manu loses the fight. Yeah, again, a great job, Manu, of just dying with yellow armor. Seeing that a lot here. And he abandons his teammates to go get yellow. Wolmilch does get the quad. Yeah, but Wolmilch does...
At least Wolmilch won that one.
Exactly, so... He's going to be able to take out the enemy. Well, he dies. Yeah, that stretch where DK was able to share the YAs with each other might have been potentially a bit of a deciding stretch. But a full YA plus health boost overstack available onto Manu here. Nice rifle! That was real pretty, but he has taken a lot of damage. He needs weapons and health. He's gonna get the health.
Taking a big detour for that.
No, he needs to focus on the weapons. He's standing here with rifle. Okay, he's waiting for the MG. That works a bit, but still only 21. Just waltzes onto the But he's still crippled in terms of weapons. Nades,
He
maybe.
wins this. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he won that, he could have maybe made a quad run happen. But now it
Yeah.
seems very unlikely.
Well,
Is who's on
Woolork,
quad?
he got
Yeah,
outflanked
Woolork.
by Woolork getting behind him. Needed
And now
support
they're
from
going to
Woolmilch.
solidify their position here.
Yeah.
That quad.
That's gonna end the game.
No, nope. Just spawn killed him 4 times.
Yeah. So,
As you
first
do.
map to DK.
Okay. But yes, Wank against Bro is over, right?
I guess if loser bracket's best of 1, then I will go watch the loser bracket.
That seems like a more even matchup, seeing from what we saw, I guess. But I think Frosty and Tenchi would win that.
I really don't know. Because Lokio could at any moment turn back into Muscle Doge. No one answered. Oh, because SWAT immediately left. Alright, well. Alright. It's probably single LM, in which case watching the other game
It
is more important.
usually is.
Alright, we'll assume that this is a best of 1, and therefore our last chance to see these two teams against each other. So we will go over here.
Losers bracket best of 1 is what it says on Star World.
Word.
Alright though, that's...
Alright,
Just
so
starting off.
competing
Sorry.
casts. Competing casts, everyone talking over everyone else. And it's going to be Frosty, who I'm going to start out on here. Hater. Oh. Oh, the bodied in chat by Master. You gonna let him talk to you like that, Elisa?
Well, I don't know who's on that stream.
It's Master and Swalama. So, in conclusion, yes, we're gonna let them talk to us like that. More expertise over at twitch.tv/SWATLama, but probably more pixels. Probably got more pixels on my stream. Anyway, it's 6-3.
That's what it's really about.
6-3 for Wank. And I'm on Frosty. And I think I'm going to watch Frosty for a while here. I'm curious what his approach is going to be. His approach is going to be to completely body the enemy yellow armor carrier. And now almost win with pistol.
Damage in 10 seconds.
Frosty going insane, low-key.
I think there was a moment where you... Oh my god!
Yeah, I lost track of what was happening because I started thinking about bacon. FMG, this is all your fault. But yes, Tenchi's got the overstack potential plus green. Frosty's got a tiny bit of yellow. And presumably yellow's about to be up. Which Frosty's going to collect for free as Tenchi distracts the enemy team. So, Frosty in pretty good shape. 7 rockets plus MG. Let's see how long Frosty can work with this. It looks like I've made Frosty red team. And yeah.
He's alive forever, basically, already.
Yeah, and this is good.
So health boost and yellow are pretty much the same time.
So Frosty wants to collect this next yellow and then go to quad. That's his plan here. And he does, plus Tenchi got the health boost somehow. So now quad coming up in 10 seconds.
Health is still up. Like, no. Tenchi got it. Right.
Yes, the position there for Frosty has completely ruined his entire plan. Coming up the stairs and getting met. And he's going to have to let Tenchi take the quad, which is fine. Tenchi's got enough. And now if they can get this yellow onto Tenchi, which they should be able to do. Tenchi a little early. as long as he doesn't lose confidence, which he doesn't. So now Tenchi's stacked, and this last few seconds of quad is enough to get him one more kill. Well played.
This is going how I expected it.
Health boost
Yeah,
in 10
I don't...
seconds.
I kind of can't... Wank looks so much better. Like, why couldn't they show this level of organization against TBM skew? I hate these team names. Why can't people just play with their clanmates? I say as I don't show up for the tournament and force.
Bro. That's the team.
Oh yeah, it is. It's bro. Well, I guess I feel jealous because bro is supposed to be. Bro is an ever-expanding clan of FFA luminaries. Anyway, Tenchi has died. A few kills on the board for blue team. And they are going to collect the quad. So Tazy on quad and some stack.
And now they got everything.
Yeah. Okay, so Tazy going to bring them back here.
Basically bringing them on the map because it was like 6 and 1 in frags of them before this.
Indeed. But runs out of quad here at a poor time. And on 2 rockets and a shotgun. Yeah, he's getting flanked. No time on the yellow armor. Well coordinated from Wank. But Lokio...
Still dropped a lot of frags in that scenario.
Lokio saves their bacon. See what I... It's not even really do much there, but just shoutouts to FMG. Shoutouts to FMG. Speaking of FMG and people who like bacon, mostly the second one, where is Inko? No sign of Inko this stream.
Didn't expect you to ask that,
Damage in 10 seconds.
but
Inko's one
Yeah,
of my
I know.
main chatters, man. He's always here to talk about mostly bacon. I don't know.
and RB.
And RB, yeah. Okay, RB not
No,
in the
you know what the
That's what it
stands
is.
for, right?
That's what it is. RB is not in the tourney. Got it. Understandable. Completely consistent policy from Inko. And Tenchi on this quad. Eats a stray...
know-
10 seconds.
You know what the B in RB stands for?
I thought of too many potential answers all at once. What's the one you were going for? Did you have an answer? What does the B stand for? If not butchers.
I said bacon.
Bacon! Oh, your mic cut out right when you said it. Red
Oh.
bacon. Yes. Real bacon. Real bacon hours with Red Butchers Clan.
Is it butchers or is it butchers? It's butchers, right?
Yeah, it's butchers.
Stupid English language and being consistent
Quad
with
damage in
the
10
words.
seconds.
Guilty as charged. And she onto the quad spot with no health, and it's going to be a mutual with Lokio.
Health boost in 10 seconds.
Looks like the gap is slowly closing.
Is it though? In fact,
It's not.
I'm going to go to the other game. This game is not going anywhere. So,
If anything, it's more of them just being sloppy because they can afford it.
just in time for Manu's illuminating chat. Looks like a tie game. Okay, so these teams continue to be giving us a pretty good show. Hammond is on a quad run right now, but it looks like it's coming to an end.
Getting a deja vu from seeing IS do this again here.
Yeah, for sure.
Boost in 10 seconds.
But Decay seems to be in control right now. At least Rulurk. And now he just drops almost completely.
Well, Hammond does get the health boost, and they are on a nice little kill run here. Did not see when the yellow armor came up, though, so I am still a little confused. Hammond's showing some nice movement. And he's waiting for yellow armor, which I kind of don't know. I feel like he's early, even though, again, I haven't even seen it taken yet. But I'm...
In the meantime, Rulurk was like scrapping for any amount of HP, running around with
Yeah, and now
20
quad's
health,
coming up.
trying to sneak anything.
Hammond is committed to this yellow. And he does get it. So 44. And Woolork's just getting kills. Hammond with the spawn shotgun. Yo, DK has just opened up a massive lead out of nowhere.
He's not making the move on the quad.
The quad's gone, presumably.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, still on Hammond here. He needs to just die right now, honestly. He's got plenty of time to get to yellow armor if he were to die, but he has not died. And as a result, it should be free yellow armor for... Well, they took their time, but Manu does get the yellow armor. So a little delay on that
Hammond
now.
has a good amount of damage on the way back, though.
Yes, well, Manu's still on a decent stack, though. He's got some overstack plus 102 yellow armor. And how long can he hold on to this stack? I don't know, but he's getting kills with it, and that's what matters. Eats a big, kind of unlucky shotgun, honestly, but it's fine. He's going to get... No, don't share this one. Yeah, just take it. You need to be stacked for quad. Manu eventually sees sense. Nice movement there. I would have failed that, because I always fail that. Oh, but he dies to the rockets. He should have been able to get off the platform quicker.
I think he should have went around for that health drop before he went on the quad.
Maybe. I think he could have just gotten off the platform quicker and it would have been okay. But anyway, he's got the time on yellow, which is going to allow him to die here. I realized as I was about to say that he was going to get it, that the DK player was coming. And as a result, Woolork has gotten onto the...
health boost.
Yeah, but Woolork onto the yellow, already taking quite a bit of damage. 5 frags in the lead is DK. I have already forgotten who won game 1, even though I just watched it.
What did they play? This
yeah.
retirement home gaming.
I don't know. Alright, well, anyway. Completely unknowable stakes to this game.
Hater!
That sounds like a DK win.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like, you know, this is a bigger difference of frags, but it feels a lot more volatile than the DM IS game from before. That was 1 frag difference.
Yeah.
Boost in 10 seconds.
I don't know. I feel like DK's running away with it, actually. I feel like Manu had... SQ had control of the yellows for a stretch there, and that's why they got back into it, but if anything goes against DK... Alright, as I say that, though, Manu is... Oh, he's gonna die to shotgun. He's running away, but now he doesn't have a meaningful amount of stack left, so it's... All it's gonna do is leave them kind of low for quad. Woolork with this green. He's gonna drop down again. And move over to quad early. Oh, bodied. Woolmilch stack advantage neutralized completely by Woolork's fighting skills there.
Quad damage in 10 seconds.
No one gonna be having much of an advantage here for quad. It looks like Manu is considering... No, he's gonna go for quad. A lot of power-ups coming up at once. Manu not able to kill the quad carrier. And Woolork's gonna get onto health boost. Can he get onto green, though? No, he's just gonna work around the bottom, expecting... Yeah, smart, actually, there from Woolork. Woolork should take out his rocket launcher sometime this century. Doesn't do so.
Nah. He just likes MG.
SWAT, you're not describing the correct map. I'm confused about what that question is even supposed to mean.
They didn't. No. They only played against each other.
Did they
like,
lose?
right now?
Wait.
Right? Wasn't it?
Did Lucio and did Frosty somehow lose? Is that what they're asking?
But they're playing hater.
What? They're still playing?
They. Wait, that was loser bracket. They only played one game. I don't know what you're talking
What are you
about.
asking?
I have no idea. So DK is 2-0 in this. Making sense of their seeding. Which means DK is playing against Bro now.
Yeah, Elisa, that would have been Lokio's first Sour Duels tourney win, and it was a disaster.
When was that?
I don't know, man. Whatever in time Sour Duels was a thing.
Yeah, I think of... Actually, maybe I participated in one, like, very early on. I just collected some...
You
some
definitely
L's
played SDM. Okay, what is going on? Okay, is it...
He's setting up a loser bracket game, then he comes back with Bro against DK.
Alright, so the loser bracket's probably going to be the more interesting game. I mean, respect to DK, like, they're doing well. I don't think they're going to be able to handle the power
It's
of
just
Bro.
like out-fragging hits a wall at a certain point. Against people who just are tactically better. So now, wait, but that's IS against
Wank, unless
Wank.
they were confusing me there, but yeah.
Should be.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to that game for now. It's also only one game, which adds extra importance to it. Wait. Okay, total confusion. Apparently loser bracket's best of not one.
It should be, because that's what it says in Sorrow World.
Block damage in 10 seconds.
SWAT says yes. It's best of one.
What the fuck?
Are they still playing? Oh, they can play best of 3 if so they can play more team play.
Yeah, okay, so they've just decided affirmatively to play best of 3, which was a big mistake, clearly.
But if they don't want to, they don't have to, but they are doing it. So yeah. Apparently. But who are they? Is that Wank or is that
Wank is losing to DMSQ.
So they're playing best of 3.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, sure. Well, that's dumb, but it's also cool. We'll get to see a deciding Game 3 in these pretty closely matched teams, you'd have to say.
Mm-hmm. Pretty.
I mean, I think if you were to have Lokio, which he's looking better, if Lokio warms up, I think it's advantage dangerous sports, or whatever I was calling them. Yeah, because Tazy's really gotten quite good.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how good Tazy is. I just know he's just around a lot.
He's gotten quite good. So yeah, I think we'll see. It's gonna. I think map pick's gonna matter a lot, and I think just whether Lokio is finding some consistency here is gonna matter a lot. Tazy had a very impressive scoreline with 26/9. He's been clearly locking down his end of the map. Goes for the big shotgun, can't get it, so he will die to Frosty here. But 20 frags shouldn't really be possible.
Health boost in 10
How did this happen?
seconds.
How did we get here?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I think we got here by Tazy goading this whole thing. And he's able to protect Quad for Lokio, who then dies to Pistol. So that was kind of dumb. Tazy on 10 health. Somehow lives that shotgun. Unfortunate.
As dumb as it is, it's really hard for them to lose this now.
Yes. But I am just going to loiter here so that I can be here for the vetoes and the deciding third map.
Right. So yeah, there's still the, whatchamacallit, AG against IS going on. I thought that already happened.
Yeah, I would have thought that had already happened too. AG versus IS, I mean, that's going to be free for IS.
Quad damage in 10 seconds. Health boost in 10 seconds.
Or movement onto that quad, but Frosty is able to take Tazy out with the rockets from below. 20 frags, minute 40. You got this. Tazy just tries to camp the teleport. No one goes through it. It leaves Tazy looking stupid. But again, he can look as stupid as he wants now with this insurmountable lead that they have built going into the deciding third map. Strong response from SQ, or dangerous squirts. Also, Master connecting to the server. Did Hammond go somewhere away, or why are they not playing?
Oh, sorry, I'm distracted.
Understandable, because nothing of interest is happening. Avior, it's a great time to do that right now. You've got 48 seconds.
Yeah, I think SWAT was just setting up the loser bracket game, and then they were gonna play.
I see. Right, because I had originally assumed that he was setting up this loser bracket game, or it was going to be between... Yeah, but then it turned out that this was a best of 3. This isn't even the loser bracket final, though. This being best of 3 really makes no sense.
It's just for fun, I think.
So, I guess DM gets first veto.
Sorry, it's just taking a while for this game to happen. Oh. And apparently it wasn't even locked. So yeah, now it's going. Now Bro should be playing DK.
Now they're vetoed Gorge, which is interesting. I think that Gorge is a great pick versus... They've vetoed it, so it's not happening, but I would have liked Gorge for them against Wank. because Wank doesn't seem to have the level of coordination required for the double yellow.
I'd like to see a Horus as well.
Yeah, Horus would be nice. I like Horus for Wank.
They also might be able to do something on Hades, but I'm just not super interested in seeing it.
They vetoed Horus. That's dumb.
Sad. Maybe they just try to go for Hater again.
No, they can't do that. That's not how that works.
Oh wait, no, it's out. I just
Yeah.
looked at what Derek said, so this is the right game. They can't play or Hater again. True. No, they didn't play Crypto. They played Corruption and
Yeah, Derek's catching up with the program here. The winner's gonna have to deal with DK, presumably. I guess they have to deal with IS first or whatever, but the winner should get to DK. So this is like for silver, basically. I mean, I think DK could beat whoever, but
I'm gonna pull out the red strings and the pin board here and say that DK will win this.
The whole tournament or versus Bro?
That they have a chance against Bro.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out the boring take and say that they have no chance against Bro, and I'm gonna stay and watch this deciding best of 3 loser bracket between the washed and the other washed.
I put on my DK colored party hat and I'm ready to go.
Why is the gameplay so clean between DMSQ and Wank? Because they're all washed.
Oh.
Ha 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 ha. Are they playing Crypta?
You know,
why are they playing Crypta?
I don't know.
And they're not going to be playing anything because Tenchi needs a break, apparently, but...
It's so funny how, like, in this context, clean and dirty can mean the same thing.
Yes. Well, that's just a lot of words. When you get to slang superlatives, everything just means everything.
Yeah. Like, if you just say it in the right context, then it can really just mean anything.
Pretty much.
Oh, he beefed that so well. He really laid out the bacon there.
I have never really heard anyone say beefed positively.
No, but if you say it right, you
Health
can
boost in
probably
10
make it right.
seconds.
Maybe. Might be
I
time,
think beefing something is
try.
also underrated as a negative thing to say. Like, I don't hear that
No,
enough.
yeah, it's not
Damage in 10
very
seconds.
common slang. Not even... I've probably heard someone say that before. But yeah,
It was part of a movie I watched yesterday.
Oh, really? What movie?
Yes, Soul, Disney Pixar animated movie.
Oh, that movie, yeah.
I've seen it before last year, but I rewatched it again yesterday.
I have not seen it, but I have heard of it.
I think
Which
it's very good.
is most movies for me. But
yeah,
anyway.
there's a lot of movies out there, goddamn.
Alright, they're gonna play Crypta, which, I don't know, I just kinda... I can't stop hating on Crypta. I don't even know why at this point. But anyway, I'm off on Tazy, who is going to collect great weapons to start with, and looks
And
good
Loki
for
was
his
AFK.
fight. Okay. Alright. Okay, guys. Alright. Okay. Alright.
My completionist rating of Crypta gets an 8. I think it's
Cool.
okay.
Alright. Alright, cool. Alright, Lokio's back. Man, staring at Inky is an experience. think my stream may have temporarily disconnected. I'm seeing connecting to chat, but I'll just go on casting as if nothing
Oh,
happened.
that's a thing that happens sometimes. I think it's on my end. It's still running.
Yeah, I mean, my VODs always end up in parts because it always disconnects at least once. Anyway, 1-1. The good start goes to Tenchi with green, full stack, 7 rockets. He can just wait here. He's gonna give the yellow to Frosty. Makes sense. Fantastic start for Wank. Could not ask for any more.
He had a strong position to go for that yellow, but he just got obliterated. And he will lose the fight for the green again.
Yeah, it does do some good damage on Frosty, who tries to go for the Efic combo there for no reason.
Whatever works.
Well, it didn't work, and now he's going to die on yellow. So that was poorly played from Frosty. Mostly the dying on yellow part. He should have known better than to be standing there with so much time to go, and now Tazy went on the stack, but he's getting... Well, he's going to get the kill on Tenchi. That's all that matters, really. So, SQ fighting back here. And Frosty has good weapons in stack. He should be able to get under this yellow. He's a little early. He kills everyone. So he's not going to have any stack because Tenchi's nowhere to be found. But he is going to get the yellow. Everyone on starting stack. Tazy racking up kills. Woo! Tazy's rifle on fire. So a moment there.
Boost in 10 seconds.
So, was there any other differences that got introduced with the collect version? Like, I know there's the blue armor, but did anything else change about FFA, or is it only the blue armor?
Everything about FFA changed in Collect Edition. It had
Because
a
back then it
dramatic
was
overhaul.
still with the plus 10 HP thing, right?
Well, Collect also had plus 10 HP. We just server modded it out.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But are you asking if anything changed from Collect to 2020, or if anything changed from Justice to Collect?
Yeah, from Justice to Collect. I'm just wondering
like
what kind
everything
of impact the
changed.
blue armor had, you know?
Every Justice to Collect was a massive change. The timings changed, the times that items, like the spawning order of items changed, the timings of quad and health boost changed, like everything changed.
Oh, I didn't even know.
It got a lot better. Although it took us a while to figure out the new meta, because it made smaller maps suck and made bigger maps better. Anyway, though, this is an interesting enough game that I do not feel like waxing eloquent on the Collect Edition FFA changes. SQ has managed to keep any kind of runaway from happening, but they are still in the deficit here. Tazy has the overstack, but can he get onto any yellow? He's got position. Quad and yellow are going to conflict. Tazy's just going to move around.
No, he is taking fights he should not.
Frosty, though.
Drop a few kills here.
Frosty has survived. Pistol fight versus 2 SQs. One of them just leaves. He's going to go down and get the MG. Checking green. No. He's going to go to under. Smart.
Sensible choice to run away from quad. But yeah, Frosty was almost dead.
Oblivious.
Ooh.
Health boost goes over to Tenchi. And they should be able to... No bad coordination. Should have been able to get that health boost on Tenchi, but instead they may jump on each other. Frosty will live, though. He's going to be able to get some health from 2 spots here. No real weapons. In fact, he's not even going to go for the other health. He's just going to go under. Collect that health. No weapons there, though. So still in a bit of a crisis there. And now he has worked his way all the way back around to the other health. So he's going to have no weapons, but decent stack for this quad. Considering just taking the split and grabbing yellow. Now he should. Oh, he mutuals. Wait, Tenchi... Okay, yeah, Tenchi's going to go for quad, and Frosty's going to run to yellow. He's going to get it. Why is Tenchi dead?
He fell off. He fell off the quad and then just took a rifle and just died.
So, who has taken quad?
No one.
Really?
Well, no one has it.
Well, did someone take it and die?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, someone took it at some point. Anyway, Lokio is going to take the yellow. Next one at 9. And that is good because they had been getting beat on the yellow pretty consistently. Lokio does die with it, however.
That was a sick grenade.
Nice timed rocket there from Frosty, who is on overstack potential, but nothing else. Going to ignore the DM player there and die to the other one. But that's fine. Nice situation. I would actually consider running away to yellow here. Yellow is up, but Frosty's nades have won the day, so he's just going to take quad, which is fair. And his pistol is doing work. Gonna get onto health boost here. No sign of anyone other than his teammate. Crypta
He
turned
still
out.
takes out both on there.
Yeah, Crypta turned out to be a good pick.
Safe to say that it's really hard to come back for DM here.
Looking impossible. In fact, what's the DK versus Bro situation? Dare I even ask? I'm kind of terrified to know the answer.
Oh, they're getting doubled. You can figure out which team.
Yeah, okay. Avior FFA Academy was fun with the old rule set. That's the entire point. FFA Academy is completely lame with this rule set, but on the old rule set, it's fun.
Oh, you mean the map academy?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And then, as far as Metal 2, you're just an uncultured swine.
You should play more Tartek.
Now, Tartek was always broken, but it was fun broken before.
Yeah.
Because the change. All right, now that there's a blowout, I can talk about what the changes were for the uninformed. And forgive me if I've got the order. I think all of the changes. Well, okay. There's a lot to talk about potentially. The from Trooper to Justice, Iril made a weird change to try to stamp out the use of yellow armor timers, which is that he made yellow armor timing random within a window. This was one of the dumbest changes Iril has ever made, and as a community, we immediately server modded it out. So no one ever played like that. But technically...
Yeah, I can't imagine wanting to do that.
So technically Injustice... But he had also made the chains to limit the length of the yellow armor pickup sound file, so he'd already gotten rid of one of the most obvious timer hacks. So that was stupid. But anyway, from Justice to Collect, me and Magical had a series of changes that we were able to get pushed through. Which was that yellow and I'm pretty sure these were all in Collect and not that the health boost and quad change happened before, but health boost and almost Asba there, speaking of Magical. But the health boost spawned every 60 seconds and the quad spawned every 70 seconds. Before that, it was practically random. The window was absolutely massive. So it's just
I mean, at least you had always the warning.
Yes.
Like the 10-second warning.
Right. So it wasn't completely broken, but it was highly down to RNG, whether you were well prepared or not.
Highly lame.
But yeah, so with the old rules where yellow armor was every 20 seconds and whatnot. Also, there was another change, which was that items went from spawning at the beginning to spawning after the first rotation, which gave you a more fair chance to fight for the first items instead of your spawn determining where you were going to be. Although spawn, that's not inherently broken. Quake Live and Quake 3 starts with the item spawned, and it's just about knowing the opening, which actually adds a nice element of depth, because you have to know if you get this spawn to start the game, the quickest path is to this item. Which is actually kind of like, it's like the chess comparison with games like this is so common that it's routinely mocked. But in this one way, it kind of is like chess, that you would have to know the openings. And I'm talking about Quake right now. So nothing inherently wrong with having items spawn at the beginning, but Sour moved away from that one because Sour maps were played a lot smaller usually, so it was harder to have set openings, and it was more just down to a good spawn or a bad spawn because there was no mega health, so because the health boost in quad didn't spawn at the beginning, so the reason the openings work in Quake Live is that you have mega and red armor both spawned, so you can choose whether to go based on your spawn, ascertain which of those items is the one you're going to take, and the game starts from there. But anyway, so in the old rules FFA, like say Academy, because it's the perfect example since we were talking about Academy, there's no health booster quad on Academy. So with a 20-second yellow armor, you could feasibly live long enough between rotations that you could control the map with rifle mostly. So the meta was like on maps with no health booster quad, rotate the yellow and kill your opponent with rifle. So it was brutal and fast, but still very fair. And with the new rules, a map like Academy doesn't work anymore, but maps like Corruption, which did work before, become better. And also Metal 2, for example, because health boost is still plus 10 permanent, but with it spawning every 60 seconds like clockwork and there being 2 on Metal 2, you could actually somewhat control your outcome by playing your side of the map. So,
you might want to go to E1, by the way.
Debatable, but sure.
Oh, their game's over.
Yeah, I just mean debatable in terms of my argument that this might be a foregone conclusion.
Right, but I don't think there's anything else going on except for rank against IS, or is there still AG going on?
Yeah, because of the best of 3. Anyway, I lost my train of thought if I even had one. Point is, the changes from Justice to Collect made FFA a lot more balanced, but it ruined small maps forever, which is fine, but it did cause a big change. Like, in the last SWL, we were still playing FFA Academy, but with the new rules, and it didn't make any sense. Not that it mattered, because I was going to beat anyone anyway.
Ha!
Yeah, I mean, it's just facts.
Just be humble.
There's no point in being humble when it would require you to ignore the facts. There simply was not good FFA players to compete with me right then in time. Unless Tenchi would have showed up. Like, Tenchi would have actually been some of my better competition. But Hansik was going through a pretty bad stretch. He didn't even show up to that SWL. And I think I played Luffy in the final, which is just not close.
I don't even know who that is.
Italian guy. Italian guy. So, DK has not yet gone down massively, but they're on their way.
I mean, not wrong. Although Master doesn't have the greatest stack to quad with, and he's dead.
Maybe, or that's somewhat true, but again, you have to think, with the old FFA rules, different maps were good. So there's that. And then as far as Collect Edition, with the new rules, but with the same maps, you still had a fine rotation. You had...
And Collect still had that dumb health boost before you had this booster mod.
Yes, but fortunately we legislated that out. Collect, you had a rotation of Metal 2, Metal 3, Metal 4, NMP8, Corruption, Hades, whatever. I mean, you at Paradigm, you had garbage like Phosgene that you could play if you really wanted to. You know, that's a pretty silly map that I enjoy. I mean, stuff like Death Tech was pretty broken by then, so that was not really an option. But anyway, that's like 8 maps, so there were enough good maps. It's just that we had to play Collect for 7 years, so it definitely got pretty old by the end.
Surely there will be a new release sooner than 7 years.
It doesn't even matter. We've got so many good FFA maps, we could have FFA tourneys for another 7 years without them getting old.
True. And yeah, a lot of them only like recently happened to end up in a pool like Headroom.
Yeah, and Avior points out that I didn't even list all of the playable maps, so he's helping me to debunk his own point by pointing out that SKRDM and Tumwalk. I hate SKRDM, but it plays, and Tumwalk is Tumwalk, so yeah, there were plenty of maps still to play.
It's just sad that there's some maps that are just out of the question without even having to try them out, you know?
Yeah. And Avior, yeah, that's a fair point. It would arguably be better with the old rules in some respects. But anyway, so we're just counting down until we can get Wank versus SQ. Or sorry, Wank versus ISQ.
The gap isn't tremendous yet.
It's boost in 10 seconds.
Pretty sizable, but I'm saying there is a chance.
There is not a chance. It is increasing at a